everybody, welcome to today's session. Welcome to the weekly webinar with vFairs. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Lovely to have you. As always, please feel free to write in the chat today where you're joining us from in the world. We'd love to know where you are. I am Danica. I work on the sales team and I'm based in London in the UK. And my colleague today, Talha, who will be running the demo, he is based in Turkey. So yeah, it's very warm here today, Talha. How is it with you in Turkey?
Hey, Danica. Hello, everyone. Well, the weather in Turkey is really good today. In Istanbul, it's quite nice and breezy. So yeah, looking forward to hitting the beach over the weekend.
Oh, lovely. Very jealous. Well, it's very, very warm here. But yeah, we thank you so much for joining us wherever you are in the world. So our colleague Candice is in the chat today. She will be there answering any questions that you have, but feel free to pop them in the chat and Talha will get those answered for you live on today's demo. Today, we are going to be going over the powerful features offered by vFairs for our badge printing services, our check-in services, and our badge scanning app. So any questions, pop in the chat. At the end of today's demo, we will be giving away a prize. So do stay right till the end to see if you are the winner. And as I mentioned, any questions, pop in the chat and Talha will get those answered for you live on today's webinar. So over to you, Talha.
Brilliant. Let's get right into it. So I'll start off by giving a quick introduction about vFairs. We've been in business since 8 years now, and we are the pioneers for virtual, in-person, and hybrid events. We are headquartered in the US, but we have offices in the UK, in the Middle East, all the way up to Australia, because we provide amazing events for our clients that are positioned in different regions. So today, what we'll be doing is that we'll be talking to you about the registration process, how the check-in is done through QR codes, and what are the possibilities for badge printing. So essentially what we do is that we start off with a very beautiful landing page that is created based on your requirements. This landing page could talk about the event. You can have the logos, information about the event, why should someone be attending. So as you can see, this is fully customizable. A very key component of the landing page is the registration, which allows participants to register for different kinds of events. Again, this registration page could have different kinds of fields as you would want. And then once attendees have successfully registered, they'll receive a confirmation email. Now, the confirmation email could have different kinds of content. You can have really nice and catchy logos. You can have the content, information about the venue, and then you can also have a QR code. So every attendee that has registered will have a unique QR code that they could utilize to check in once they enter into the event. I just wanted to see if there are any questions at this stage from any of our attendees today.
We've got one question at the moment. If we wanted to just have the landing page with vFairs, can we just have the registration?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you just have the landing page, that's fine. What we could do is that there are two ways of capturing registration. Some of our customers have their own landing page and registration, so they can capture everything from there. And then we have a very strong backend. So from the backend, what you could do is that you could just upload the registrations directly through a CSV file. So essentially what you need to do is that just go to listings, and you can upload the users from there. The other option is that you can use our own registration form, which is pretty straightforward as well. Perfect. So the next step is that attendees will be able to go to the physical venue and check in. Now, the way that's done is that they will present the QR code. The QR code can be presented through the email that they've received at the time of confirmation, or we could also send them a link to a mobile app that they could download. But essentially, they are going to be scanning the QR code. Upon scanning the QR code, they will be checked in, which could also be linked to a badge printer. The best thing is that vFairs can provide you with the software, and we could also provide you with the hardware to make all of this happen. Any questions on the badge printing side, on the hardware? I'll be more than happy to assist further.
We do have a question in the chat, Talha. So the question is, can we pre-print any badges before the event? So if, for instance, for staff or speakers?
Yeah, absolutely. We do that quite frequently for a lot of events where you're expecting a lot of attendees coming in. So you could actually pre-print the badges in big quantities. That will essentially save a lot of time, and it will allow you to be much more prepared to manage other things of the event. The other thing that we could also cover quite easily is that at times people have, they don't have the emails handy and they would like to come into the event. So we could also provide you with the support where attendees could come to the venue. They could give information about their details. And based on that, you could manually check them in. And once you've manually checked them in, you can also print the badges. So that's actually one of the features that provide. Moreover, I think it's really important to also mention that we do provide you with different kinds and layouts of badges, because we do events with different requirements. Some customers would like to have badges which are chair resistant. They would like to be more environmentally friendly. So from the badges standpoint, we've give you different options. We do provide you with badges which could be thermal badges, which are really good for drink tickets, meal tickets, raffle tickets. Moving forward, we also provide you with tear resistant badges as well, where, which are amazing for events, for conferences, which could also have sponsored brandings on them. And they're actually very environmentally friendly as well. You can also have PVC badges. So there are different types of badges and badge holders that we provide. We also get a lot of requirements from customers where they would like to go ahead with simple lanyards. But on the other hand, we also give you the option of branded lanyards as well. So we have a mixed array of hardware that we could certainly provide to our customers. I think we have a few questions, Danica.
Yes, Talha, we do. We have a question from Paul. Is it possible to incorporate watermarks or other security enhancing ink and stampings to improve badge security?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I mentioned, the badges are fully customizable. We'll have someone from our team to work with you on the design side of the badges and also add those watermarks as needed. So yeah, we could do that. Perfect. I think what's really important to mention is that you also get all kinds of data from the platform. So essentially, we'll give you a pretty robust backend dashboard. Through the dashboard, what you could do is that you can look at the different kinds of event reports. Within these event reports, you can look at different metrics. For instance, you can look at QR code scans, you can look at check-in summaries, and you can download all of this data through a CSV file. So not only do we provide you with an amazing experience through our technology, we also give you the entire data so that you could really work out your ROI. So yeah, that's pretty much how the entire experience looks like for badge printing as well as for checking ins. But I'll be more than happy to answer any questions and discuss this further.
Just a few other questions that we have. If an attendee doesn't register for the event and they do turn up on the day, is it possible for us to populate a name badge there and then while the attendee is with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, vFairs will be providing a software for that. So through that software, people could be manually added into that list. And once they're confirmed, you can go ahead and print a badge for them. So, and that's done on a quite frequent basis during the events that we conduct.
Great, amazing. One other question. I'm loving all these questions today, so thank you so much for them. If we want to be more eco-friendly and we didn't want to have name badges for our event, can we just use you for the check-in? Can we just have like the check-in services rather than having to print the name badge for the attendees?
Yeah, absolutely. because we typically give you two options. We've got two types of customers. Customer type would like to go ahead with only the check-in services, where essentially I just scan the QR code and I'm checked into the event. But then we do work with customer type B, where they would like to check in using the QR code, but once they've checked in, they'd also like to print their badges. So we have both of these scenarios where we can provide them with the necessary services.
And somebody's asked, do we need to provide our own hardware? So I'd assume like the printers, the iPads, etc.
Fantastic question. So we actually can provide you with the hardware on rent. So we've got vendors which are based in different regions, and we provide hardware and all of these printers and iPads to our customers globally. Fabulous.
That's great. Because we also offer the support, don't we, for the name badge printing, as well as I think both of us have actually been to an event as a support staff. And at the time, the hardware was delivered for us. We set it all up for them. And then at the end of the event as well, we packaged it all up and arranged for the hardware to be picked up for the location too.
Absolutely. I think one of the unique features or services of vFairs include on-site support as well. So essentially, if you're doing an event with vFairs, you will get the virtual support, you'll get a project manager that's going to be working with you from start to finish. But alongside that project manager, you can also opt for on-site support, where someone from our team will practically be with you at the venue. That team member will be working with you as an extension of your own team. So as you recall, Katie, when we were part of some of the events, we were busy helping some of the attendees of how to use the technology. Alongside that, we were also helping the client manage the check-in process. So I think with our customer support, which just want to quickly highlight that we are ranked as the #1 event management platform. Technology aside, if you look at our quality of support and customer service, we are ranked #1 in this space. And that's based on the great reviews we received from our customers across the globe.
That's amazing. And just going back to the name badges, with the lanyards, am I right in saying the lanyards can be customized as well, like the actual neck parts of the lanyards, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer two types of lanyards. Taipei is the basic lanyard, which is just basically a color. You can choose from different options. But then we do come across certain customers that would like to have more branded lanyards as well. So we can add different kinds of brandings based on the requirement of the customer. I'm just going to quickly show you an example of how a branded lanyard could look like. So this was a vFairs branded lanyard. So that's certainly something that we could provide to our customers.
Amazing. And specifically, one of the recent events that I've been support at as well, they had the name badge printing and they had the lanyards with the 2 clips, but they didn't have the cover. Also, we had people that turned up on the day that needed maybe their title changing or their job title change. And this is all possible as well on the day. So if they've registered maybe with the wrong name or the wrong job title, we can get that amended for them on the day and either pre-print their name badge or reprint the name badge if it has the correct job title on. So that was one of the most recent events that I've been support at.
Certainly. Like I said, like we give you this software. Through that software, you can add more attendees into it. You can edit the names. You can carry out badge printing. So essentially that software supports all of the changes that you've mentioned.
Perfect, that's great. Well, I don't actually think we've got any other questions in the chat today. Last few minutes, if you do want to put any questions in the chat, feel free, and myself, Tauha, will get those answered for you. Candice is also in the chat and she will post the link to if you wanting to book a demo with vFairs. We have a lot more features other than this. This is just one area that we focused on today. for the check-in side of things. We obviously run virtual events, we do in-person events, we do hybrid events. So if there is something specific that you would like to run over, have a demo on, Candice will put in the link into the chat today for you to click on the link and book in a demo with one of us. If you want to reach out to myself or Tauha, we also will book in a demo directly for you. As you can see on the screen, Tauha can probably run over a bit more depth what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a complete event management solution. So not only do we look at the in-person side, now we fully support virtual, hybrid, and in-person events. It all starts from event registration and ticketing, where we could offer bespoke landing pages along with customized registration forms. This could also be integrated with different payment gateways. From the virtual standpoint, organizations use us for conferences, trade shows, open days, product launches, and that could also be combined with an in-person element where we could provide you with a really engaging mobile app, which allows you to network with people, exchange business cards through QR code scans. And then the mobile app acts as a really cool repository for people to access all kinds of content and data. And then all of this is supported by our robust customer support, whether it's in person or whether it's virtual. We're very proud of having dedicated customer support teams placed in different regions. And then lastly, we do give you the event analytics and the reporting. So yeah, that's about us in a nutshell. But Danica and I would be more than happy to facilitate you with your event requests. And you can always reach out to us on sales@vFairs.com.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tauha. And as I mentioned, Candice will be dropping in the link in the chat if you wish to book in a demo. We'll be more than happy to talk in a lot more depth about a specific area. These webinars that we do run every Wednesday are recorded and they are available to watch on our YouTube channel. So any previous webinars that we have hosted are on different types of topics as well. Some are on the all-in-one platform topic, some are just on specific areas. So feel free to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe and rewatch any of those webinars. We will also be back next week with a different topic. So keep your eyes peeled to find out what our topic will be for next week. Share, like, subscribe the YouTube channel with any of your colleagues, your connections, anyone that you think may be worthwhile maybe to speak with us or will benefit for any of our event offerings. As I mentioned at the start of the webinar as well, we will be giving away a prize today, which is a $200 voucher off your first event with vFairs. So my colleague Candice will be reaching out to the winner directly, so watch out for your inbox. Thank you again so much for joining us today. Lovely seeing where you're all from, all different places in the world. Qatar, USA, obviously me in the UK, Candice in the US, Tauha in Turkey. I think there was some few people from Pakistan, so thank you so much for joining us. We will see you back here next Wednesday, same time, for our vFairs weekly webinar. Thank you, Tauha.
Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to working with you on your next event. Thank you, Danica. Thanks, Candice. Have a good one.